Mr. Obi, as it stands now, there is no region in this country that doesn't benefit from the monies that is sent from the federal government every month.
Every month.
Yes, there is no region in this country. Can you say, because you have expressed fears that the National Assembly might not be able to do a thorough job of considering fiscal federalism because most likely the monies coming to them would also, take a cut. But as it stands, is there any region in this country that can actually come forward? Or when finally the regions meet, is it possible that any region will not want to protect what it gets right now from the federal government?
I will answer you by putting it this way. Most of the regions also have natural resources. Everybody keep his, not only Niger Delta, everybody keep your own. And if we want this country to survive, this is not the time for greed. To answer your question directly. Before we come to that table, let us ask ourselves, do we want this country to flourish? Or do we want a breakup? I stand for one Nigeria. So how do we get it right? You can't run a fraudulent enterprise and get away with it. It cannot flourish. It is a law of nature. I didn't make it. Nigeria is a fraudulent enterprise. When you steal from the very citizens you're protecting, it's fraud. The whole world knows it. It is spiritual, it is physical. Physical in the sense that you don't share money and grow as a country. Spiritual in the sense that any business built on fraud does not flourish. JP Morgan and the rest, they're all coming down. Thank God Channels Television is doing good broadcast business. God forbid, if with a fraudulent business, it will last for a while, but it will shut down. Nigeria has been running like a fraudulent enterprise. You can't sustain this. You cheat from the very persons who have come to you for protection as your citizens. And then you have fraud in return. Every day billions of naira are missing. And then taxes are not paid. People don't take taxation seriously because government makes its money elsewhere. The government doesn't mind because if taxation is running, if you're running a proper tax regime, you tax their habits. You tax their expensive lifestyles. Now for you, any company can get its tax worked out. You go to them, negotiate with officers, and they should change the system. Whereas in decent, serious countries, taxation, you avoid this almost like a treason. Because it's a cementing bond between the country and its citizens. Like you get married to a wife. In law, we call it consummation. You must consummate your marriage. You must sleep with your wife. That act of consummation cements the marriage. In nationhood, I pay my tax. You work for me as government. That gives me right to ask for accountability. It's the cementing bond. But because we don't take the taxing thing serious, government is making money from elsewhere. We don't bother. If not, if people are paying their taxes the way they should, everybody on the road, both private workers, businessmen are paying, and your local government chairman buys a car anyhow, you go to ask him, how did you do it? Next day you're in court. Because you know it's your money. It's the Bible. Where your treasure is, that's where your mind is.
Well, the way that's now the picture you're painting now.
Fiscal federalism is the way out. That's what is keeping this country down.
Because that is one key issue they talked about. But again, it looks like they understand it. They have fair understanding of all of this. And this is just not the first time they will be talking about fiscal federalism. Now we're talking about the National Assembly. But this time they are being joined by the governors. Especially, we saw the governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi. He spoke also. The governor of Delta State, Emmanuel Donha, also spoke. And if we try to look at all of those talks on that day, it seemed to us that we're almost getting it, isn't it? Because the awareness comes before you can implement anything.
We're getting it. We're on the right track in that we're talking. And according to Wole Soyinka, when he attended that conference held by the South states, he said we should just, since they don't want to hold a national conference, let's just be talking. In offices, in our homes, in churches, let's just be talking. So, to that extent, yes, we're on right course. But we need to sit down and midwife. I use the word midwife with all amount of seriousness. Not someone throwing a constitution. We need to midwife one. Sit down.
Then how do we pick the representatives of the people? Because, we also
they'll pick their representatives.
They always have issues. You're in Nigeria. But again, you see sometimes some people come out and talk on behalf of the people, and someone tells you, well, the so-called leaders of our own political or leaders of our own group, they don't even appreciate them. So it becomes so difficult for
anyone. We have an election. We have INEC. We have the states.
So we should go through the
Yes, yes.
electoral
We should
process.
invest money in it. Yes, there should be election. People should be picked through elections. This is what is holding this country down. Fiscal federalism.
Do you also think, I mean, don't you think that process too is also subject to irregularities?
Well, nothing is perfect. We could start from somewhere. Nothing is perfect. But the most important thing is that we need to talk. We need to have a roundtable conference. And we need to talk about these issues to make this country is so great. What makes countries great is size and human resources, human talents.
Do we have all of that?
We have it. Do one business in this country, you are a millionaire instantly because of the size of the markets. It's huge. But government is not interested because there's money to be shared every month.
You know, Mark Bear,
Nothing seems to be working. We're looking for jobs when jobs can be created by challenging the talents of the
Mark
people.
Bear raised a very important issue. What about this? It is not in all states that you find some kind of viable, should I say, resources that can sustain such states. So if the government decides to say, okay, everyone to your tent, utilize what you get, and then we'll see the phasing out of some states. And we're about to also create a state in the southeast.
So even the clamor for states, people want more share of the national cake because of the sharing mentality. No, all the states we look inwards.
What about balance? Because some people have said that it's also a thing about balance. If you look at the 6 geopolitical zones, almost every zone has got 6 states, except for the southeast, which has only 5. You know, what about balance?
You see, this fiscal federalism will also solve all this problem. All this clamor is not because of viability. It is because of the opportunity to share. When people cry marginalization because they are not getting the share, give the things to the owners, not even the state governments. We can start from somewhere. When they sit down, they can decide it. But several organizations have advised Nigeria, say, look, let your people go, give them their resources. By the time we start, states that think they have nothing will realize they have something. Because, as I said, what makes the difference in the world today is the war on talents. Not natural resources, please.